Hi everyone, so it's Allie. I'm back with another video, and this video I'm going to talk about kind of my transitional life story. And this first video is pretty much just going to be childhood stuff. So just so you know, this is going to be a series. Each video I'm going to try to keep to like 10 minutes or less approximately. And every video will kind of have a wrap up that relates back to people beginning their transition or children who happen to be trans or gender variant and the takeaway, if you will. When did I know I was trans? That question always comes across. And that's not an easy question to answer. Partly because for people of my generation, knowing you're trans requires a certain knowledge of language and just having that information base that a lot of us didn't have back then because we didn't have the internet. We didn't know there were others who felt the way we did. We thought we were alone. We thought we were broken. We thought we were freaks. So those are things that when you want to fit in as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, you're not going to share with other people. So for me, the first time I knew I was different was I was 5 years old approximately. Would have been 1979, 1980-ish. And we had watched a movie in school. I still remember the movie. It was Babes in Toyland. Right, with Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello, and they were the two main characters. And we were little, and we went home, and I was at a friend's house who was a first grader, and we decided to reenact parts of the movie that we liked, like little kids will do with make-believe. And so he, being older, he of course got to pick the character he wanted to play, and of course he was going to play the male character, which meant I had to play the girl. And I didn't really mind playing the girl. In fact, I kind of wanted to. I liked the dress that she was wearing in the movie. I liked the role that she played in the movie. I liked the attention she got in the movie and the way she got the attention. I just liked her grace, and it just seemed like more my speed, more a fit for me. So afterwards, of course, I'm not gonna say anything to my friends because they'll make fun of me, they'll laugh at me. I also knew I couldn't say anything to my parents because, in 1979, 1980, most people felt that gender was what was in your pants. So, I had a penis, I was a boy. That was how it was seen. And so, in my little 5-year-old brain, it was, I think it would be better to be a girl, but I have a penis, I'm a boy, and I better make the best I can of it. I obviously can't talk about this with anybody because nobody can change it. So move forward with life. So throughout my early childhood, some of my best friends were girls. My first really good friend in the home that I primarily grew up in from like 4 years old on was a girl. My best friend for like probably from kindergarten through like 7th, 8th grade when she moved away to Florida was a girl. To more of a tomboy, but definitely a girl. And I just clicked with her better than anybody else. I had boys that I was friends with in the neighborhood, right, that I ride bikes with and play with, and play make-believe. Like, people would be like, but Allie, you played like cops and robbers and other boys stuff. Well, yeah, but it's make-believe. It was fun. I was a dreamer. I like to dream. I love stuffed animals. I like to make believe with them and do things with them. Secretly, there were a lot of things. I'd make mixtapes. I can remember as a child, I loved Olivia Newton-John in Grease, like, a lot. Like, I thought it would be so cool to grow up to be like her. But again, I was a boy. That's what I'd always come back to. But you're a boy. So there were male characters I identified with that I wanted to be like. But that was like Harrison Ford. But that was more, I thought the character was cool. And if I had to be a guy, then that was the kind of guy I wanted to be. But again, it was make-believe. It wasn't real. So, next memory that kind of really hit with like being trans. Third grade. I think it was evening. I think my brother and my mom were out somewhere. My dad was downstairs watching football or something. I knew he wasn't going to come upstairs. And if he did, I'd hear him coming. I wandered. I was doing something in my room. I don't know. I was playing whatever. And I wandered out of my room and down the hallway to my parents' bedroom. And my mom had done laundry. And so her clothes was laying on the bed. And I thought, I had been kind of fascinated by women's clothing for a while, women's perfume, women's makeup. It was just something exotic about it, something I wanted a part of it. And so I decided to try on some of her clothes. I couldn't even tell you what I tried on. I remember trying it on. I remember feeling embarrassed right after I tried it on and putting it back. But that began a period over the next few years where I would try on all kinds of her clothing, right? And like I said, this is only going to go through junior high, so I'll talk about what I did in high school and all that stuff, because things would begin to change in junior high as I began to, for the most polite way I can put it, explore my body. But up until then, yeah, I would try on all her clothes. I could still wear her shoes. I could wear her skirts and dresses. And when she was gone, if she was like somewhere with my brother and I knew I had like an hour, yeah, I would go in and I would try on stuff. I didn't play with makeup because that I get caught. I was really careful about what I did. Everything was about not getting caught. So eventually so that was third grade. So again, there's nothing sexual involved with it. It was just girls' clothes, and it felt like that's what I should be wearing. I was really, like I said, really careful to hide my secret. As I got close to junior high and things began to happen with self-discovery and bodily reactions to certain things, wearing women's underwear and stuff like that started having a certain type of effect on me whenever I'd put it on. And so I began to, like, as a lot of trans women my age and older and even some younger, we begin to figure out that, well, we get our wires crossed. We think all of a sudden we start to get like this arousal reaction. And we think, oh, well, we must be broken. We must be freaks. This must be a fetish of some kind, something we need to keep hidden because nobody will want to be with us if they know about this. So that started happening in junior high. I like girls, but I like girls on two fronts. There was a part of me that was attracted to them, and then there was a part of me that was fascinated by them because they had things that I wanted that I didn't have. From friendships, I mean, we're not talking from friendships to body parts, to clothing that they could wear, to just their interactions with the world. I wanted it, and I didn't have it. I thought that they had life easier, and we'll talk about that again as I move into high school, because clearly easy isn't the right word. I mean, that's what I thought at the time. It's not about easy. They have it easier because they are who they are. They get to be themselves, and that's what I thought was easier. It would be easier to just be able to be myself instead of trying to figure out this guy thing that I didn't understand. So, yeah. So, rolling to junior high, I'm going through changes. I'm starting to get hair on my body. Things are starting to happen to my body that I'm hoping is going to drive the girl away in me. That was the hope. But at the same time, I was also horrified because the girl in me was horrified about what was happening to my body. Didn't like it. but I was trying to reconcile it. So this is just kind of my little diatribe as far as when your child comes to you, if they haven't come to you younger and it's around puberty and they come to you and they say, I think I'm a girl, I think I'm a boy, I think I'm not binary. Listen, blockers are there to give your child a chance to sort it out without having to go through the wrong puberty. I'm going through a second puberty now. Let me tell you something. At almost 45, okay, to be going through puberty again sucks. All right? Don't make your child have to go through a second puberty. The first is bad enough. Let them go through the right one. Let them figure it out. Get that medical team in place, get the therapist and the doctor, and figure out if hormones are the next logical step for your child, or if they just needed to like sort it out. Maybe that's all that they needed. Maybe hormones are the right choice. But saying to them you need to wait till you're 18, a lot of damage is already done. Do you really want your child, and I get, all right, my voice is still deep. I'm not trying really hard anymore. I'm not using my best trained voice because it doesn't fit me. So you hear this. So would you rather your child have this or a natural, if we're talking about a trans girl, would you rather her have a natural female voice? Or would you rather have her have to work on a voice to get somewhere like this? Or maybe push it up a little higher and get like this? Or force them to go through puberty to the point where they have to train their voice because you made them wait and they sound like this. This is not what you want your 15 to 16-year-old daughter to sound like. So don't make them go through it. It's real easy, okay? It's about love. Show love to your child. And if you're trans and you're just starting and you're wondering, can I transition? Is it worth it? If you're like my age, yes, it's worth it. So worth it. I would never go back again. It's not easy, and I will talk about that in future videos, but 2 years in, post-op surgeries for face and for gender confirmation, so worth it. You have no idea. If you're just starting out, if you haven't started hormones yet, but you know that's what you want, then just do it, okay? Authenticity is beautiful in whatever way. And I want to be clear, and I say this, and I will say this in so many videos, all right? There are girls with penises, there are girls with vaginas, there are boys with penises and boys with vaginas. Neither is more valid than the other. Being authentic is what makes you valid. Much love to you all. I'll see you next video. Bye.